burn number 9 down in Cannes on the new Jeanneau NC37. This is quite an important boat because it's heart and stuff for Jeanneau. It's a really typical family, practical, friendly boat. And it starts out here. We've got a great cockpit area out here. There's a big bathing platform behind me just here, and in fact you can actually adjust this slightly so you can slide this backwards and forwards so you can have a bit more bathing platform and a bit less cockpit, or vice versa. Most of the time you can slid right back as it is at the moment. There's wide side decks on it. They go up on the starboard side. It's asymmetric, so there's a slightly smaller one on the port side. And in fact they've really connected these two areas, so you've got a big opening door section just here on the port side, and on the starboard side there's a lift up section, so this area and the deck saloon all meld into one. Anyway, that's the outside. Let's go have a look inside. Now here in the deck saloon, this is what I mean about the way it's connected. You've got this area here that lifts up and the doors fold right back across here. The galley is up here, so this connects really well as well. And there's gas cooking as standard. There's a proper oven on here as well, and of course your fridge and your sink. Over on this side you've got a massive seating area. It's like an L-shaped seating area. But what's quite clever is at the front of that there's a lift up section, so you can pull a backrest back, and that converts that to forward-facing seating alongside the helm. But one thing that's really interesting is under my feet here, because have you ever seen a boat with a cellar on before? Well, this has got one. There's a little area underneath here. You can pop the catches, and this is a dual-purpose area, so this gives you direct access into here. There's a step down and a big long area, so if you want to put, for example, your cockpit cushions away without putting your canopies up if you're sleeping overnight, you can just drop them straight in there. But that's dual purpose. That also acts as a third cabin, and I'll show you that one downstairs. Now down here on the lower deck, things are fairly conventional. You've got a centerline double bed in the master cabin forward. That's quite interesting because there's a fillet, so you can have a longer bed if you need the space and a smaller changing area at the foot of it, or you can have a bigger changing area and a slightly shorter bed. Over on this side there are two singles, and that will convert to a large double if you want it to. Also on here you've got the toilet and shower, and what's nice is that Jeanneau has split it off, so you've got toilet on one side and separate shower on the other, which means if somebody's using the shower in the morning they're not blocking off the loo. But let's talk about that cellar area again, because down here on this side there is a little low, it's like a cabin area, but you can use that either as an extra third cabin if you want to, or by using the access from top you can use it just to drop gear into. So it's a really multifunctional area, and that I think is very useful. In fact, it takes the total sleeping on this boat up to 8 at a push, because you can have 2 in the forward, 2 in here, 2 down there, and 2 in the saloon. Anyway, that's the layout. Let's go and take it for a drive. So out here on the water it is classic Jeanneau NC. So we've got a nice helm position, there's a huge opening door next to me here which gives good connection, and there's a big sliding roof above me as well. So you feel in touch with the elements. And you sit quite high too, so you've got great sight lines, the windscreen is one piece and curved, and there's big pantograph wipers, so you've got no problems with the view out. This boat's got Volvo Penta's D3 220 horsepower engines. There's a pair of those on outdrives, and that's given the boat about 30 knots flat out. But what I find interesting about it is that when you pick it up onto the plane, your sight lines remain really good. There's very little bow lift, and in fact you can pretty much just pick a speed and it'll run at it. I've been surprised at how slowly this boat will plane. So if we kick it up to the plane there, that's doing 21 knots, that's planing nicely, but I can now drop the speed back. That now is under 20 knots, that's down to about 19. Give it a little bit of trim tab as well. That's now down to 16 knots and still planing. So you can really pick your speed with this boat and it'll handle it very, very well. Great if it's rough weather, great if you just want to potter. At the other end of the speed envelope, if I bring these trims back up, give it a bit of throttle, as I said earlier, she's topping out at about 30 knots. And she handles nicely too. She's not a pointer and squirt sports boat, but she does put her elbow down and corner nicely. So if you need to make fast direction changes, you've got plenty of confidence in that. But of course, as I say, this is not really an out-and-out sports boat. It's a cruiser. It's a family cruiser. And at that, drop the speed back, a comfortable sort of speed is 3,000 RPM. That's just there, nice and economical, it's well off of maximum RPM, and that's giving us about, where are we, 3,000 there, that's giving us about 22 knots. That's a very comfortable cruising speed for this boat.